Anyway, you get the gist of it. That was karaoke guitar. Let me just hear something really quick. Where am I? All right, so guitars. Main guitar is done on this. I know I fell behind. Took a few days off. I was exhausted. Wow, I feel better. So what we ended up doing was Gretsch in drop A, turned up on the bridge pickup. We ended up running, let me shut this off, the Ocean mod in 60s mode, which is the next mode down. Like, it's the lowest gain. You've got 60s mode, lowest gain. 70s mode sounds like killer. Almost sounds like 800 with like an SD1 in front. And then you got 80s mode, which is Jose style. More like rat docking kind of stuff. So ended up doing the Marshall in 60s mode. And the part of it was the Marshall, you could hear like that Marshall, like that breakup. And I liked some of it, but it was too much. And when I went into 60s mode, it was much better. So here it is on my left, which will be your left that way. This is Marshall in 60s mode. And then the other one was the Matchless Channel 2, the H30. Such a great amp. Oh my God. All right. And then we did a DI. But, so what we've got on here is the H9, the Eventide H9 in H3000 mode, just the generic stock sound. Just a little bit. One thing, after I started playing it looked like the waveforms were slightly out, and I knew that these were pretty much deadly lined up. And then when I did a little tick, which I graded out, but you could see it. Look at this. And the track on the bottom here, this track is DI. Ignore the DI. Look at how far out they are. And then I was like, oh, wait a second. That's because of the H3000. That's a part of the split harmonizer, is that time differential. So I didn't touch it. It sounded great. But again, doing this, if you're doing multi-amp, I'd always do a tick and then just mute it. A lot of times what I do is copy. I go up here, I do a playlist, I drop it in there, I go back to my main one, and I delete it because I don't like seeing it. But I know it's down there just in case. But anyway, there it is. So this is with the H9 in H3000 mode. The Meunier on just a little bit. The Mytho, just a little bit. That thing is like very powerful. And then dotted eighth with the Strymon El Cap. The Meunier and the Strymon are in line. And then the H9 is stereo through both loops of the Marshall and the Matchless, which will be Marshall. It'll be left and right for you, which will look like right to left if I point. Marshall here, Matchless there. And that's it. And that was it. And it took me a while just to get the right sound. And I'm very happy. And now remember, there's going to be a whole other layer of stuff over it. This is my main track. So it's really just two. I can take this DI and I can just hide and make it inactive. It's there. But this is it. It's two tracks. I've got a set of three aux tracks that are busing to guitar 1, which is the 57 on the Vintage 30, the M160 on the Vintage 30, and the 57 on the Greenback. There's the blend. And then the other two, which are going to G2, is the Matchless 57 and Matchless 102, and that's the blend. Similar blend. Yeah, there you go. So, but this is two different speakers. The Matchless is just the H30. So, I'll play it down. I'll explain a little bit about some of the things with tracking it. So here we go. I'll kill the click. We'll kill the click. When 6 was 7. Program drums, main guitars. Get the gist of it. Then the solo section is just the da-dunks with I don't know what I'm going to play in there, and I'm trying not to think about it. I just want to kind of like, when it's time, I want to grab guitar. I just want to like have some fun with it. So a couple of things. All right, so a part of the reason why there's so many punches, not because I can't play it, is because the sliding up and down was getting a little bit of the, and I was trying to get rid of it. And a couple times I kind of got rid of it, but then it felt like this was the best. This I liked the best. And the delay kind of ramped it along. So you'll see, like, basically I cut the whole thing, then I recut just the beginning part to the chord change. And I didn't slide here. So you'll hear it. It's in time. Or you'll hear it. Here you go. You'll hear it. So there's a little one here, but there's not the big one here. The one coming up to the 7th fret was here. I'll see if I can hear that. That was not going to work for me. Sounds so good in here. I hope you guys are listening on something good. Now, when you come to the jam part, you'll see. So at this point, on the build up, I punched the build up because I shut off the El Cap. El Cap, and then this whole section with. Anybody knows about tuning guitars? I took that B string, which is not a B, it's an F sharp on a baritone, tuned it a little flat to get that third to not rub so heavy, right? So here you'll hear it. This section here is tuned differently, and there's no El Cap. It's a little weird. I mean, I probably could have gotten it better, but I'm going to layer guitars there and it'll be fine. But this is tricky, right? You know, you hear like Unchained, you're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Try to, it's really, the tuning when you're doing that kind of stuff is tricky. And I'm on a baritone, which is kind of gives it its own In a guitar, that's a D2 chord. I don't know what it is here. I don't know. It's that chord. I don't know. And on this build out, this little last two chords, I got high. I got this chimey thing, which is kind of where I'm going to be building this to. You hear that high? All right, that's it. I'm going to LA tomorrow, so that's the end of this for now. When I get back, we're gonna fill this up with bass and guitars and maybe some organ. My friend Rob said, I hear this kind of B3 thing, so you know, see what happens. Anyway, there it goes. You can definitely get rid of this. Hide. I'll move it down here. Hide and make inactive. That's the scratch guitar, which no longer exists. And here's my little intro guitar. We'll call this G intro. And there it is. Basically just, I had that Atomica patch. I think it's this Atomica patch, and it had it delay, and I think I said it was a quarter delay, but it was at 120, so it was in a different time signature than, or tempo than, but I just like, oh, let me just try going and then catch the echoes and then reverse it, which is exactly what this is. So this is the hit, and then this is the echoes after the hit, but it's reversed. Thinking, oh, I should do it longer, but I kind of like it just the way it is, and probably turn that up a hair. Turn it up. Yeah, this is ominous, dude. You know, I called it this when 7 was 6, but I was thinking it almost sounds like Upheaval. That's the name of the song. You guys are enjoying these videos. I may shoot something while I'm in LA lecturing, but other than that, we will reconvene over the weekend or the end of the week. So I'm only out there 3 days. It's a 3-banger. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, so I'm going to make this video and we're going to wrap this. All right, that's it. Peace.